Hey, how's it going, everybody? Mort here, and we are back with more Vampyr. We last left off. We first got to we just got to Pembroke Hospital. We saved Clay Cox down there. I don't know if we can see him. Nope, he's gone. And now we're gonna start getting to know the staff a little bit. And there's a lot of them. So let's do this. Hey, yo.
Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Jonathan Reid. I'm new here.
I've already heard about you, Dr. Reid. I'm Milton Hooks, the ambulance driver for this shithole of a hospital.
That's quite a blunt introduction, Mr. Hooks.
You can call me Milton. I like to speak my mind, Dr. Reid. Perk of the job. Don't judge me, and I won't judge you.
I'm not sure what you're talking about.
Well, I'm no doctor, but I'm pretty sure a gun can't be used as a surgical instrument.
You have a key?
You never know.
I learned to shoot during the war, and have carried one ever since. Old habits die hard.
No need to explain, Dr. Reid. And if you ever need a better gun, remember, I may have something for you.
How convenient. The ambulance driver also deals weapons.
How is the situation around here?
You want to hear the situation is all right? It's fucking awful. We lack everything, and it's getting worse every day.
I like that he's upfront about it.
In this hospital, apart from smuggling guns, I mean.
I've been an ambulance driver since... too long, I guess. I'll bring sick people. It's a dirty job, but I get it done. Most of the time.
Well then.
Since you're on the front line, how is the sanitary situation in this vicinity?
It's a complete disaster. It's even getting dangerous to enter some streets or buildings. Even the locals attack you.
Jesus. Well, that's why vampires
have been a bit rough recently. What's happened?
Yesterday I got attacked by the patient I was bringing here. I escaped through the hospital's garden, but I lost my wallet when I was running.
You left an infected patient outside the hospital? That's incredibly dangerous.
Go there yourself if you want, but be careful, Doctor. Be back.
Midnight in the Garden of Good and Evil. Alright, so that's a side mission. Nice.
Are you really smuggling weapons through the hospital?
I'd like to know about this.
I've already been attacked by patients, you know. And by gang members willing to steal my money.
But you're not defending yourself. You're selling guns to civilians.
You keep people alive your own way, Doctor. I offer them another way to protect their...
And then when we need to find a hint to discuss whatever that one is. Nope, that's what I did. That's what I did. And wow, we can't ask him about any of that. Okay, see what you got.
Your goods.
Reid, a reliable gun is what he needs these days.
Alright, let's see. Shotgun, bullets, shotgun shells, parts. Stuff I'm probably not going to need, I'm assuming. And this is all... okay, I have no junk to sell.
Last summer's epidemic was difficult.
Well, nice chatting with... I'm sure you'll be a liability in the future at some point. Hello.
Good evening, nurse. I'm Dr. Jonathan Reid, the new surgeon here at the Pembroke.
What is this camera
Dr.
angle?
Swansea has already told us about you.
There we go. It's a little better.
I'm Nurse Gwyneth Brannigan. Welcome to the Pembroke Hospital.
Did he really? It's a good thing I wasn't hoping to keep a low profile.
All members of staff have already read about your new blood transfusion technique. Dr. Swansea made sure of that.
I see. Well, I'm a little surprised, but I suppose I'll just have to deal with this unexpected notoriety.
You must know, blood transfusions are Dr. Swansea's primary subject of research. He is convinced it is the future.
If by blood transfusion you mean transferring someone's blood to my mouth via fangs, sure. Yeah, no, it's unique, I think.
How are things here?
Not good, to say the least. We're struggling against an invisible enemy, more lethal than any bullet from a gun. It's hard, Doctor.
An invisible enemy? Quite a poetic term for a disease, especially from a nurse.
Sorry, Doctor. These last few weeks have been exhausting. We could all do with a good night's sleep.
I mean, I I thought I was complimenting her with that. That she's being very, very poetic, you know, about.
Do you think this hospital can survive the epidemic?
We are all volunteers here, and we're trying to hold fast, but how do we beat an invisible killer? Some nurses have already resigned.
Yeah. What are you gonna do about it?
I'm not familiar with all the staff yet. Perhaps you could help me.
Brilliant professionals, most of them. Dr. Swansea has a gift for recruiting talent.
Most... Is there a problem I should know about, nurse?
It would be inappropriate for me to speak ill of a colleague.
Is there anyone...
I'm not gonna demand that she speaks out. That's just...
I have never met someone as dedicated as Dr. Tippett. He should be a standard for us all here. If only he were younger.
Why should his age be a problem?
I guess it's for say he's always pushing himself to the limits. He just doesn't know when to stop and get some rest.
That's nice to know. At least someone cares about people. Personal questions? Nope. Alrighty then.
Goodbye.
Good talk.
Call me if you need assistance.
Next. Anyone around here? We good? Everyone else in the hospital? Yes.
Dr. Swansea is right. This place seems perfect to conduct my research.
What up?
Good evening, sir.
So it is true. The famous Dr. Reid has joined us. I can't think of any better news during these terrible times.
Do we know each other?
Actually, yes. We met once before, at the Rockefeller University in New York.
Dr. Tippett, yes, I remember. I was assisting Professor Carell in his research about coronary biopsy. He had nothing but praise for you.
He was also very confident about your future. And look at you now. Eminent surgeon and blood transfusion specialist.
Citizen hints. As a vampire, you can force a citizen to reveal information thanks to a hint you have discovered. It's the blue prompt. Good to know. Don't worry.
You're exhausting yourself, Corcoran.
Jesus.
Maybe you should think about preserving your strength.
No. We must keep on healing all those poor souls. We are the last rampart before chaos. Once more, unto the breach.
Well done.
Nurse Brannigan is...
She should not have told you that. I will have a word with her.
You don't have to blame
Oops.
her for her honesty.
I'm not that kind of man, my dear Jonathan. Actually, Nurse Brannigan's opinion is the only one I may listen to.
Okay. I thought, I'm not gonna let that one up.
What is the Pembroke Hospital situation? And please, speak freely.
This hospital is not exactly the best of London. I'm sure you are used to working in a better environment.
Yeah, let's go with that one.
More than enough. In case the personnel of a hospital are much more important to me than the building.
Don't be misled by appearances, Dr. Reid. This hospital does not lack talented people. It just lacks hope.
What can you tell me about the staff in the hospital?
Some are really good, and others are not so good. But during this troubled period, there is no time for slander. I prefer to focus on the positive character traits.
Real optimistic and,
Tell me
like,
more
cheerful and
about
shit.
cherished people, then.
Nurse Brannigan is a pearl. She is the most helpful and dedicated nurse I've ever worked with. A clever and cheerful woman.
You really seem to admire her skills.
I'll go even further. If she was a man, she would be a damn fine practitioner.
Oh yeah, gotta remember what time this takes place in.
Any opinion about the management?
I don't always agree with Dr. Swansea's reserve, but I must admit he does all he can to keep this facility running during this crisis.
Ah yes, the burden of command. I was fed up with this concept while serving as a medical officer.
Don't get me wrong. Swansea's a good administrator. I just wish he would get out of his office now and again.
Nothing else there. Personal questions. And we're good. Alright.
Goodbye, Dr. Tippett.
So I'm assuming personal questions I shouldn't even just bother with at this point. Because it's never going to lead to anything. Doctor there. Doctor there. I'm assuming you're a patient. You're a patient because we brought you in. You're a nurse. You're a patient. I'm trying to get to... Okay. Let's go talk to... Oh, that patient there. Doctor taking a break. No, understandable. Dorothy. Another patient. Jesus.
Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Reid. I believe we're going to be colleagues.
Reid? Yes, I've been informed about your arrival. I'm Waverly Ackroyd. Welcome aboard, I suppose.
Does my arrival inconvenience you in some way, Dr. Ackroyd?
Let us just say that I don't particularly share Dr. Swansea's enthusiasm for hiring you. What we need here are reliable professionals, not overrated dabblers.
Well, you're kind of a giant piece of shit, aren't you? I might have to kill you later.
If you have a problem with me, Dr. Ackroyd, please feel free to tell me.
Dr. Swansea has imposed your presence on this hospital without asking anyone's advice. The benefit of his position. But I don't agree with it.
I know we've never met before, but I believe this hospital could use all the help it can get. You will agree with that, I'm sure.
Oh, but I have heard about you, Dr. Reid. Of course, you can't say the same about me, since I have not wasted my time courting the press.
Wow. I'm really thinking about just fucking killing this guy. You are a giant piece of shit.
There is no need for such animosity between us. Don't you think the epidemic is already enough to deal with?
Is one point we could agree on, and that is precisely why I want to be sure that you will be of help to this hospital instead of a burden.
Yep, gonna kill you.
Since your tenure in this hospital is longer than mine, perhaps you can tell me more about this place.
Let's just say I'm tired of the carelessness around me. I have always respected the skills of Dr. Swansea, but over time his enthusiasm has become displaced.
Carelessness? Exactly what are you talking about?
We're here to save lives. The people who trust us are not volunteering for experimentation. They're here to be healed.
I don't intend to run any radical experiments, Doctor. Even if I, as any good practitioner should, express an interest in pushing the boundaries of medical research.
Modern medical methods were created through audacity and ego. But there are rules in our line of work, and they're here to protect our patients.
But without experimentation, medicine would have never moved forward. And there'd be plague epidemics everywhere. You jackass. Granted, you can't know this because of the time frame it takes place in. But seriously, that kind of single-mindedness is just fucking stupid. Sure, why not?
It seems you have bad memories of your military service.
I refuse to see this industrial slaughter as scientific progress. War only reveals the worst in men.
We can at least agree on something, Dr. Ackroyd.
Actually, we've agreed on two things.
I don't know what you've heard about me, but I have already proved my value as a practitioner.
I don't question your skills, Dr. Reid, but your
Wasn't the fucking
motive.
subtitle at all.
Is it money? Fame? Or are you truly dedicated?
And what exactly is that supposed to mean?
I served war just like you. But unlike you, I did not use the wounded to play the modern sorcerer.
Be careful what you insinuate, Dr. Ackroyd.
I only want you to admit you used those men to improve your theories.
Oh, I am gonna put your head through that fucking wall in a second if this game lets me.
Knowledge has always been and will remain our main weapon, and it has always come at a price. And personal initiative.
It is not a question of initiative, it is a question of integrity. These men and women have put their faith in us, Dr. Reid.
Thank you for
Oh.
your time. We'll talk later.
First chance I get. If it gives me the option of saving him or killing him, Buddy Boy's not making it out of here. I can tell you that right now. Dorothy, I already talked to you. What up, Doc?
Good evening, Doctor. I believe we're going to be working together.
Dr. Reid. Dr. Swansea informed us of your arrival, but I could not dare to believe we'd have such good fortune. Such an honor, sir.
Thank you. And you are?
I am Thoreau Strickland, Dr. Thoreau Strickland. I'm a great admirer of your work, Dr. Reid.
See? That's someone who's appreciative. Unlike Dr. Dickface over there.
What do you think of Dr. Ackroyd?
Why are you yelling?
Modern medical methods.
It's a shame he's so narrow-minded. Dr. Swansea taught me that science is about exploring uncharted territory. I'm convinced that's true.
With the influenza and all that's going on, you should put your differences aside, don't you think? Why is it so difficult to work together?
I believe that if Dr. Ackroyd had been the one to discover the transfusion process, he would be the first to recommend its use.
So you believe it's just a question of jealousy and pride?
Dr. Ackroyd is as proud as he is blinded by his obsolete concept of medical science.
Yeah, no, I agree with this guy.
Please, could you tell me something about yourself?
I'm a great admirer of your work.
You've already
concerning
said
blood
that.
Transfusion, Dr. Reid. I run my own experiments. I'm convinced it's the future.
Whoa. Can't just run. Oh, you know, fuck it.
I
Give me
based
that
my
info.
technique on my mentor's research. He helped me perfect my method. What is yours?
I'd rather not talk about it. For now, it's just theories and first approach. My process is purely experimental and unsuccessful.
As long as you're cautious and methodical, you may remain empty-handed, but you will.
You're not the first one to warn me, but I am convinced knowledge is the main weapon against the ravages of this epidemic.
It's like you overheard my conversation with the other doctor and now you're just brown-nosing.
What made you choose to be a doctor?
I'm not ashamed to admit you and your work have inspired me. I am honored to have the opportunity to work by your side.
It's always a pleasure to share scientific and medical knowledge with someone eager to learn. I'll be glad to help you if I can.
This epidemic may be the century's most terrible disaster, but I'm convinced that we, as doctors, are the only ones able to defeat it.
I like you, Doc. You gotta live. Oh.
Tell me more about your willingness to experiment with new medical techniques.
Harvey Fiddick is a patient suffering from a severe injury that could cripple him if not treated correctly. I'm convinced your blood transfusion technique could help him.
What is it you really want? To save him, or to prove your point?
Fair question. I want nothing but to save my patient, Dr. Reid. Especially since I know Mr. Fiddick's story.
Oh, already then.
Tell me Mr. Fiddick's story.
Our first diagnosis was compromised because Mr. Fiddick lied to us about the real origin of his injury. He first claimed it was an accident.
But why would he hide such crucial information from us?
Because he is a proud father, ashamed of putting his children at risk because of his own negligence.
Cool. Cool. I'm not gonna tell you to remain neutral because I actually like what you're doing.
Goodbye, Dr. Strickland.
There's still so many people talking. Okay, that's Harvey Fiddick. Dorothy, Milton, unknown. Oh my god, there are just so many people in this hospital. Please move. Thank you. Anybody else that's just like hidden? Okay, you're outside. You're the you were not there before. So.
Good evening, miss. I'm Dr. Reid, the new surgeon at the Pembroke Hospital. And who are you?
Your name has no meaning to me, mortal. You're nothing but dust blown by the winds of eternity.
I beg your pardon?
What are you begging for, mortal? My clemency? Well, tonight maybe I'm inclined to mercy. You'll never forget the night you met Thelma Howcroft.
You keep calling me mortal. Why is that? And if I'm mortal, What are you?
Well, Dr. Reid, if you must know, I'm a vampire.
Oh, it's nice to know that Pembroke also has mental, mental patients. That's nice. It's good to know.
And why do you believe you're a vampire?
I don't need to believe anything. It is what I am.
Touchy,
It is
touchy,
what I
touchy.
feel within this hollow shell of flesh.
I see. Have you ever heard of Cotard syndrome, Miss Howcroft?
Never.
It's a mental illness discovered by a French neurologist named Jules Cotard. The affected patients are delusional. They believe that they are putrefying, that they are dead, a ghost or a ghoul, or in your case, a vampire.
Delusional, you say? Oh, sad and petty mortal. You can't even begin to understand the concept of immortality. And you think it is I who am delusional.
Well, yeah, because if you were a vampire, you would know that I'm a vampire. That's how I know you're delusional.
Please, describe to me how you feel. What is it like to be a vampire?
I can hear my body crumble from the inside as my flesh cracks and fades. I sense the last pulse of postulant blood within my drying veins. I need new blood.
But you don't have a thirst. That's a vampire's main thing. It's their thirst. It's what drives them.
I'm assuming you must be a patient here. Am I right, Miss Howcroft?
It's only a cover. To hide from my enemies. I can leave whenever I want. As a woman, a spirit, fog, or bat.
Sure.
Who are these enemies you mentioned? Can you describe them?
I cannot say for sure. But I sense their eyes on me from nearby. I feel them watching me every time I visit the garden near the morgue.
So that's two people who've mentioned the garden. One, Milton was attacked by a patient he was bringing to the hospital, and now she's being seen by people in the garden, or she thinks she is. So we're definitely gonna have to check out the garden.
The staff here are not your enemy. They're here to help you, to care for you.
I'm not speaking of the doctors in white. I'm speaking of the men and women who hunt me. For I am a vampire.
You've said that several times.
Don't worry. These people will not find you here. I'll personally make sure they leave you alone.
Thank you, mortal. But do not interfere with them, for you are no match for those that hunt me.
Nice. So we got two of those now from talking to these people, which isn't bad.
Who are you really, Miss Howcroft? I mean, apart from being a vampire.
Is that not enough for you, puny mortal? What? Proof of my powers?
I'm curious to know who you were before becoming a vampire.
No, it was such a long time ago, I don't remember.
How
Centuries
convenient.
of unholy life can have strange effects on one's minds, you see?
Nope. Vampires remember everything. Literally, they remember everything. It's the benefit to living centuries. Alright.
I'll leave you,
See you,
Mistress
crazy.
Dark, to your nocturnal activities.
Alright. So, we're at the, 23-minute mark now. Made some rounds. Talked to, I want to say, a good chunk of the people in the hospital. There's still a couple we need to talk to. A little bit of staff. Swansea's up there. Nice to know. We also have 2 missions to do. Or 2 submissions to do, aside from, not aside. And we also have to go check out our office at some point, which will probably conclude this main one. And also, I can evolve again with XP. So yeah, we're going to end that one here. If you like the video, leave a like, leave a comment down below. If not already, hit subscribe. If you do, you'll be treated to more Vampire. Because new video every day. Or at least I try to put a new video out every day. You know, I'm only human. I have faults. I'm not a vampire like Dr. Reid here. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed the video. I'll catch you in the next one. For watching.